Mona, you're already late for the wedding. Did something happen? Reply to my text if you're alright.
Hi, Nicholas.
Oh, Mona, is everything alright? I was worried because you wouldn't answer my texts, even though today's our wedding.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Let's cancel today's wedding.
What?
Sorry, I'm not going to go to the wedding anymore.
Do you mean that you want to delay the wedding to a later date?
No, I meant that I don't want to have a wedding anymore. Which means that I'm canceling our marriage.
What? Why are you telling me this on the day of the wedding?
It's not my fault. I met him on the day before my life was going to change. The night before our wedding.
Him? You mean that there's another guy?
Oh, I don't want you to misunderstand, but I only started having a relationship with him since last night. It's fine if you need to ask me to pay an alimony. But don't be so shallow as to ask for a huge amount of money just because you're mad.
No matter, just come to the wedding. We need to talk this through in person, not by text.
What? But I don't want to. That's what you're telling me, but in truth, you're planning on doing something crazy like holding me captive and making me sign the marriage papers, right?
I'm not gonna do anything of the sort. If all we were was boyfriend and girlfriend, then it might be enough to agree to break up. But as it stands, we're engaged to each other. Today was even supposed to be our wedding. It's not enough to just agree to break up.
You're just making a big deal out of this, Nicholas. You're at the wedding venue right now. All you have to do is tell everyone that the wedding is cancelled because we broke up. You're making everything so complicated.
I'm not overcomplicating things. You're just taking this too lightly. Besides, who did you cheat on me with anyways? Is it someone I know?
Oh, maybe you do know him.
Who is it?
Do you know Alfred Bird?
Alfred Bird?
Oh, so you do know him.
He's the CEO of the company I used to work at 5 years ago, before I changed jobs.
I see, so that's how you know him. But this just proves that he's much, much more high-spec than you are. Decided to break up with you and go out with him instead was a wonderful choice.
Is that so? Then fine. Let's break up.
Thanks.
But I understand that you want to break up with me, but you're gonna regret this, you know.
Why would I regret this? I mean, he's the CEO of a company and he's so much more high-spec than you are. What reason would I have to regret it?
Is that so? I'm going to be contacting you in one form or another at a later date to discuss the various procedures and monetary details we have to go through if we're going to cancel the wedding ceremony and the marriage.
What?
I think I'm going to be hiring a lawyer for this.
A lawyer?
I ask for your cooperation.
Hey, wait a minute.
Bye then, Mona.
Hey! Nicholas? Nicholas!
Will you stop that? What are you thinking, sending me like 200 texts?
You knew about this? Did you know that Alfred had a wife and children?
Of course I knew. By the way, the reason he's the CEO now is because he married the daughter of the previous CEO, who is now a member of the board of executives.
Does that mean that if he divorces his current wife and he's no longer going to be CEO?
Probably, yeah. I mean, if he was a good CEO, then he'd probably keep his job, even if he did get divorced, but I doubt the board is going to let someone who just cheats on his wife remain in his position. I guess it's almost 100% chance that he loses his job.
No way! But then that means getting into a relationship with him was pointless.
And?
What?
What's your purpose in telling this to me?
What do you mean, purpose? If you had told me earlier Alfred had a wife and children, this would have never happened.
What? You expected me to tell you after I just found out that you cheated on me with Alfred Bird. I had other things on my mind.
But
The person who cheats on their partner gets what they deserve. Even if you did never know he had a wife, it's still your responsibility. It's no use complaining to me about it. I'm currently busy talking to a lawyer about what to do about this situation.
wait, Nicholas!
Bye. What is it now? Will you please stop doing that?
Help me!
Huh?
People are hating on me.
Oh, you mean on your Facebook your friends are bashing you for what you did, right? Yesterday, even though it was the day of the wedding, you posted a bunch of pictures of you and Alfred on your Facebook page, right? You even said something like, I met the high-spec boyfriend of my dreams, so today's wedding's cancelled. This is the beginning of a new love story. And there's no way some random office worker can marry me, because now I'm a gorgeous, luxurious celebrity who's loved by a CEO.
You saw it? You don't do Facebook, right? My account is also locked, so only friends can see my page.
One of your friends sent me a picture with your posts.
Seriously?
Looks like you're getting quite the bashing. Cheater, asshole, slut, no shame, inhuman. Some of them even told you to give back their wedding gifts, right?
You even saw that?
Yeah. The pictures with Alfred you post on your Facebook page and everything related to it is all likely to become proof that you cheated on me. I asked a friend for her cooperation to take a screenshot of everything.
Stop it! It's no use doing something like that to someone you're going to be reunited with, isn't it?
What?
You see, I texted Alfred earlier that I wanted to break up with him, and he agreed to my proposal. Now we can get back together as if nothing ever happened. Then I can post on my Facebook page that the wedding is cancelled anymore. But only delayed, right? Then everyone will probably forgive me.
There's no way your friends are gonna forgive you.
Huh?
I have no intention of getting back together with you. And the hate you brought on yourself is entirely your responsibility. You brought it on yourself. Don't involve me in this. We already broke up. Don't cause me any more problems.
But Nicholas... Nicholas!
These notifications are such a pain in the ass. What is it?
I'm being asked to pay an alimony to Alfred's wife.
What?
I didn't know he had a wife. It's not fair for her to ask me to pay an alimony.
Oh, I think that's the alimony you have to pay for defaming Alfred's wife.
What? What do you mean, defamation?
I heard that during yesterday's commotion on your Facebook page, you tried to calm everyone down by explaining your actions, but it ended up having the opposite effect and made everyone even more angry. I heard from one of your friends that you insulted Alfred's wife during this explanation of yours.
But only my friends can see my Facebook page. How did Alfred's wife find out about this?
What? You seriously don't know who Alfred's wife is yet?
What is it?
Alfred's wife is Carol, the person we used to go to university with. After she graduated university, she went on to work at her father's company. That's where she fell in love with Alfred. It's workplace romance, apparently.
Are you serious? What are the chances of something like this happening?
You've been connected on Facebook with Carol since university, right? No wonder she found out so soon. She must have been shocked when she checked her Facebook feed and saw a picture of you and her husband yesterday, which was supposed to be the day of your wedding. Wonder what she thought when she read what you had to say.
No way!
By the way, I'm not an expert in such matters, but don't people have to provide an explanation as why they're asking for an alimony when they ask someone for an alimony? Didn't you get some sort of explanation that came with the notice?
Well, I guess there was an explanation. There was a sort of letter that came with it, you see? There was a bunch of jibber-jabber written on it. But I didn't have Carol in mind at that time, so I just panicked and none of it really entered my head. So maybe everything was written on that letter. I don't get any of this.
Yeah, I don't get any of this either.
What do you mean by that?
I don't really see the point in you telling me all this. I'm begging you, stop contacting me and figure things out with the people involved, because I'm not one of them. You're being a pain in the ass.
Hey, Nicholas! What is the money you're making me pay? What do you mean $50,000? This amount of money just for the alimony of a marriage cancellation is too much no matter how you look at it.
So you're contacting me again without fully understanding the situation.
What?
That money isn't just the alimony for the marriage cancellation. It also includes the cancellation fee for the wedding ceremony and the cancellation fee for the honeymoon we had planned as well.
Huh? I'm paying for it even though it was cancelled?
Of course you are. Everything was already prepared at the wedding ceremony. You just suddenly canceled on the day of the wedding. That's why they're making you pay the full price, since it was only canceled because of you in the first place.
No way!
I'm going to tell you this, so you know, that this is something that your parents decided.
What?
I don't know how much they told you, but apparently they're going to make you pay for as much as possible. And your father is going to pay for the rest. The remaining amount, the one your father paid, will be your debt to him. And he said he's going to make you pay for all of it, no matter what.
What? Hold on! It's $50,000, right? I have to pay Carol money as well. That amount of money!
Talk to your parents about it, not me. I don't care where the money comes from as long as everything's paid for.
What do you mean you don't care? You're so mean! Try to put yourself in my shoes. Taking a debt is serious even if it's from your parents.
Didn't I already tell you this before? The person who cheats gets what they deserve, whether they asked for it or not.
But...
Well then, I think it's time for me to block you.
Huh?
I only didn't block you until now simply because I didn't want to lose contact with you before I could send my lawyer.
Nicholas?
That being said, please talk to my lawyer from now on. I'm blocking you now. Goodbye.
Nicholas!
Just like that, I was finally free from the storm of notifications Mona kept sending me. Thank God. I got the alimony I asked from Alfred as well, so I'm done with him as well. Right after the incident, Carol divorced Alfred and he lost his position as CEO as well. Apparently they allowed him to have a job as a regular employee at the customer support department, so that he can pay for his children's child support. As for Mona, I was worried she would try to barge into my house, but it seems her parents were keeping an eye on her, so nothing in particular has happened. They did this and that, and at the end of the day it was decided that she would work at a construction company based far away and live at a company-owned dormitory. Her parents told me that it's a place that has strict surveillance of its employees, so she's sure not to bother you again. Seems like I can finally go back to my old, peaceful life.
Hi, honey. I just wanted to remind you that Juliet's dance recital is this weekend, and she really wanted you to come and see her. It'll be the first time that she's on a recital as the lead dancer, and she's so looking forward to showing you everything she's learned. I just didn't know if you'd asked your boss yet to take the day off of work. I know that you have to work overtime sometimes, but she is your daughter and she would love for her dad to see her dancing.
Oh, is that this weekend?
Yes, it starts at about 6 p.m. So it's not until the evening, so if you have any work that you need to do during the day, you should have plenty of time to do it. Is that okay?
Well, actually,
What? What is it?
look, I hate to do this, but I had no clue that it was Juliet's dance recital this weekend, so I agreed to go on a business trip for the company. It'll last all weekend.
What? But I've been telling you about this recital for weeks now. Juliet's been telling you every chance she's got. She's even been practicing for you. You can't not come to it. Is there nothing you can do to come? Surely you can rearrange the meeting or do it on Zoom or something? Or maybe you could get a coworker to go in your place? You just really need to be at your daughter's recital, Darren, as her father.
Look, there's nothing I can do to change it now. I forgot that the recital was this weekend, so I said I could go on this trip. You can't just ask me to change all of these plans last minute. It's simply not possible.
So that's it then? You're just going to abandon your daughter in one of the most important moments of her life?
There's nothing else that I can do.
Fine then. I hope your business trip is worth it. You can break the news to your daughter about why you won't be coming to watch her dance. I'm not going to be the one who disappoints her on your behalf again.
Lily,
Nope. If you want to put work before your own daughter, then you need to be the one to tell her that you're doing that.
fine, I will.
Great. I'm guessing you won't be home for dinner tonight? Again?
It's likely I won't be.
Yeah, I figured as much. Which is why I've only cooked enough for me and Juliet anyway.
Jeez, you make it sound like I'm being a terrible father or something. I'm the one at work here.
You do realize that I work 8 to 4 every day, and then, after that, I look after Juliet for the rest of that time. I talk with her, do fun activities with her, help her with her homework, and just generally be her mom, which I love doing. It's a lot harder than just sitting in an office and then saying that you can't be bothered to make your daughter's dance recital simply because you'd rather go on a business trip.
You know what, Lily? Whatever. I'm doing what's best for my family so that we can have money to live off of.
We've got plenty of money. What Juliet doesn't have is a father. She hardly knows you. Don't you want to spend time with your daughter?
Look, looking after a child is just something I haven't got time for at the minute. That's all it is. My work is very important, so it needs my attention.
Okay, fine. But don't say I didn't warn you when Juliet is suddenly 18 years old and moving out to live on her own at college. The years will fly by, and before you know it, you'll have missed all of the important moments in your daughter's life.
Enough with the mushy rubbish. She's 5. I hardly think she's gonna be going off to become a doctor or whatever anytime soon. Now, if you don't mind, you've distracted me from my work long enough.
Very well. I guess I'll see you when I see you.
Hey babe, sorry I'm not in today. I just needed a day off to get ready for our weekend away. Are you all ready?
Oh, definitely. You have no idea how much I've been looking forward to this weekend. We're gonna have a very fun time.
Oh, I can't wait. You've not had any trouble convincing your wife where you're going, have you?
No, she's too stupid to figure it out. She thinks that I'm just going on a business trip. She even tried to guilt me into staying by saying that it's Juliet's dance recital this weekend. But honestly, it was either stay and watch a bunch of 5-year-olds, stumble around on stage, or go to a luxury, all-inclusive hotel with you for a weekend getaway. Which one sounds like the best option here, huh?
Well, I'm glad you chose right. Otherwise, I'd have been very upset if I had to go on my own.
Oh, I would have missed this weekend away for the world.
Good to know. I've got to get back to shopping, but I'll see you soon. Tonight, maybe?
Yeah, I told Lily that I'll be working overtime, so I've got a good cover.
Great. Just come on round when you're ready. You know where I live.
I'll be there soon.
Hello, is this Mr. Sinclair?
Yes, this is him. Who, might I ask, is this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Lily Jacobs, Darren Jacobs' wife. He works for you. We met at the Christmas party.
Oh, yes, of course, Lily. How may I help you?
Oh, well, I was just wondering if you'd be able to send someone else away on the business trip this weekend. I know Darren is an important member of your team and everything, and that you trust him a lot if the number of business trips he's been sent on is anything to indicate, but he needs to spend time with his family as well. And at the minute, he's too focused on impressing you that he's neglecting us. I know it's a lot to ask on such short notice, but it's his daughter's dance recital this weekend, and I was hoping you could give someone else the job of going on the business trip so that Darren could come and see it. Is there any way that's possible at all?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Jacobs, but I'm not quite sure I'm following you. Did you say that Darren's going away on a business trip this weekend?
Yes, that's right. He told me it was an important meeting that he had to go to.
I'm sorry to say this, but I've not scheduled any business trips for anyone. In fact, the last business trip was 5 months ago, and Darren definitely wasn't on it. We rarely travel too far now, only if the deal really needs to be done in person. Otherwise, we just use Zoom to do all of our meetings.
Hang on, let me get this straight. Darren isn't and hasn't been going on business trips all this time?
I'm afraid not. At least not for my company.
What about the overtime? Surely you've been asking him to do that?
Well, when we have some, sure, but we haven't had any overtime available for the last few months. We're pretty much all caught up with our work, so nobody's required to work overtime to catch up with anything.
I see. Well then, I'm sorry to disturb you so late, sir. I'll be going now. Thank you for humoring me. It's helped me realize quite a few things.
You're more than welcome. I'm just sorry I wasn't able to give you the news you were hoping for.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
Well, if this helps you any, I've seen him getting quite friendly with his secretary at work. A woman called Vanessa. I was gonna admonish him about it, actually, as it's not a proper workplace relationship and it's causing a distraction more than anything.
Vanessa?
Yes, that's right.
Well, thank you for your help, Mr. Sinclair.
It's okay. I hope you're able to sort things out for the better, for yourself and for your daughter.
I'll think of something. Thank you.
Okay, Lily, I'm heading off on my business trip now. You weren't at home, so I couldn't say goodbye, but I don't have the time to wait around.
Yes, I was busy taking Juliet to school.
Oh well, I'm off then. I won't be back for a few days.
Uh-huh. That's fine.
Really? Well, okay then. And you're sure you don't mind?
Not in the slightest.
Well then, I'll see you in a few days. Hey, Lily, is everything okay? You didn't message me the whole time I was away, and you didn't respond to my messages, so I didn't know if something had happened. I'll be home soon, so... How was Juliet's recital? Did she do well? Lily?
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, of course it's me. Who else would it be? Is everything okay? You seem a bit off.
Yes, well, I'm a bit busy at the moment. I don't have time to talk.
Oh, okay, no problem then. I guess I'll talk to you when I get home.
Uh-huh.
See you soon. Lily, I don't want you to panic, but I might be in a little trouble at work.
Oh, how come?
My boss, Mr. Sinclair, has just messaged me saying that he wants to talk to me tomorrow at work over my conduct in the office. He said that things had come to his attention that seriously needed to be addressed concerning me and one of the other workers in my office.
Well, surely it's nothing too serious. I'm sure he won't spend too much time talking with you.
You think?
I don't know. I'm just guessing. You'll have to see what he says tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm just pulling up to the house now, so I'll see you in a second. Lily, what's happened? What's going on? Where's all yours and Juliet's stuff? Why's the house basically been cleaned out? All that's left are the things that I own. How come? Lily, answer me right now.
Oh, well, you see, I know what you've been doing. What your so-called business trip this weekend actually was.
Huh?
You've been caught, Darren, and it doesn't look like things are going to be working out for you.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're on about.
You can drop the act now. I know that you've been cheating on me with your secretary, Vanessa, and that it's been going on for quite a while now. All of those business trips you've been going on, they were really just you sneaking away with your girlfriend.
I can explain.
Save it. I don't want your pitiful explanations. Besides, it's not me that you need to explain yourself to. It's Juliet. She might only be 5 years old, but she's not stupid. She knows that her dad hasn't been around and that he's been very neglectful.
Wait, have you told her anything?
No, of course not. I'm not horrible like that. I'm not going to tell my 5-year-old daughter that her daddy is sleeping with another woman. But it doesn't matter anyway. She hardly knows who you are. When you missed her recital, she didn't even ask about you. That's how little you are involved in her life.
But where have you gone?
We've moved. You don't need to know where for now.
But that's not fair. You can't just leave like that. You especially can't just take Juliet like that without telling me where. I'll get the courts involved.
I've already got the courts involved.
Huh?
Yeah, I knew that even though you don't care about Juliet and you've not been in her life since, well, pretty much since she was born, you'd still try and take full custody of her just to spite me.
I wouldn't.
We both know you would. But it doesn't matter, because I've put together a lot of evidence from over the last few months, showing how you've not been bothered with your daughter at all. You don't spend any time with her, you hardly buy her anything, and let's face it, you never wanted her to begin with.
That's not true. I do spend time with her.
When was the last time you spent any time with her? Precisely.
Hang on, what about that time I took her to the zoo?
I took her to the zoo for her 3rd birthday. You met us there, spent 5 minutes walking around with us, and then left. I hardly count that as bonding.
Children this age never remember anything anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, glad to know you regret not spending time with your daughter.
I had more important things to do.
Like Vanessa?
That's not...
Whatever. I'm done with this conversation anyway. Oh, your boss is a lovely man though. After he realized what you've done, he'd offered to pay for a lovely little trip for me and Juliet to go on and spend some much needed time away together. Honestly, we're having a blast. We've not had this much fun in ages. And now that I don't have to worry about you or what you want, I feel so much more free. I'm honestly looking forward to what the rest of my life brings.
Hang on, you're the one who told my boss?
I didn't tell him anything. I asked if he could let you swap your business trip with someone else, and he told me that he hadn't sent anyone on any business trips. I figured the rest out for myself.
But why does he want to talk to me then?
Otis is very family-oriented. So when he knew that you were cheating on me and leaving your daughter just to have fun with another woman, he was very angry. Legally, he can't do anything about you betraying me, as it is a personal matter. However, fooling around with a coworker and making the workplace volatile is something that he can deal with, seeing as it's his company and all.
That's not fair. I wasn't hurting anyone.
Well, I would say that you're wrong, but I don't think even Juliet cares if you're not around.
Oh god, but what am I gonna do? I don't want to be fired.
Well, that's your problem now. Me and Juliet have some swimming to do. See ya.
No, wait!
After that whole revelation, I took Juliet and moved in with my parents until I was able to get my own apartment for me and Juliet. It was tough going, becoming a single mom and all, but it was for the best. Darren was never around anyway, and I was fed up of coming up with excuses for him to tell our daughter. Juliet seems to be taking the move well, and she's as happy as ever. I divorced Darren and gained full custody of our daughter. If Darren wants to be involved in her life, then I won't stop him. However, I won't let him just walk in and out at his own convenience. Juliet deserves someone to either be there for her properly, or they can stay away and not keep disappointing her. As she gets older, I'll also let her make her own mind up on what she wants to do. After all, he is her dad. As for Darren, the last I heard was that he wasn't fired from his job, but he was demoted and forced to split up with Vanessa as workplace relationships were frowned upon. He now lives all alone in a big empty house, and whilst he might think that it's the best thing to happen to him and that he's free to do what he wants again, I have a feeling that he'll soon come to see everything he's lost.